What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for a Skyrim locations video. Today I'm going to be talking about all of my favorite Skyrim locations. The main locations are going to be the ones I cover today because Skyrim is a very beautiful landscape, so let's go through it together. Alright, first we got Whiterun. I chose Whiterun first because it's the first city that we find, the first major city that we find in Skyrim. Whiterun is, it's heavily criticized often for its lack of security or its flimsy walls, but I actually find it quite comforting, especially when you think about the history of Whiterun. And I'll briefly cover the history of Whiterun. Whiterun's founding dates back to the late Merithic era, during the years of Ysmir and his 500 companions. They landed and found the mountains of Skyrim, and which these mountains then became the foundation for Whiterun. I don't know what it is about Whiterun, but it always has a special place in my heart just because the location, the fact that it's located where it is pretty cool. Next, we got Riften. Riften's a pretty cool city when you can get past the Thieves Guild and the corrupt guards and yeah, pretty much everything. But it is a beautiful city, and as always, we got some sort of crazy thief in the market, and the whole village has to go square up on them. That's just an average, daily occurrence, taking out a thief. But I think Riften's a pretty cool place because, the location of it, just the look of Riften. I like that it's in the forest, tucked away in the far corner of Skyrim. I think it's a pretty dope location. When you get past the thieves and the killers and all that, I think it's a pretty cool place. Riften is not a bad location, wise. Next on our list, we got Dawnstar. Dawnstar don't get a whole lot of talk, but I like Dawnstar because you know why? I like the snow. I like the location of it, and a lot of these holds I like them. If you notice, I like a lot of them because of the location. I mean, look at how beautiful this is. You got water, snow with the snowy mountains behind. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a quiet small little town, little city, I still think Dawnstar is pretty cool because it looks beautiful. The people here are interesting, and two things that really attract me to a place is a cool location and cool people. And I think Dawnstar's got a good mix of both, in my opinion, which is why it landed on my list. Alright, now, next, we got the great city of Morthal. Morthal, again, is kind of similar to Dawnstar, just a cool little quiet, snowy little city. Thing about Morthal is I think they got some pretty crazy spiritual stuff going on here. I think a house got burned down mysteriously, killing a family or something like that. A guy tried to fight me here or something, wanted to brawl or something like. I think it's a cool place, because I like to kill vampires, and I think they got some quests here for some spiritual stuff and some vampires. So if you're ever feeling kind of spooky, this is a place to be. I kind of like the spiritual spookiness of the town. As eerie as it sounds, I think it adds a kind of cool. I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but it kind of adds a cool vibe to the city, I think, and that's why I think it's a decent city that's worth visiting. Alright, next, we got one of my favorite cities, one of my top 5 favorite cities in the game, Markarth. Markarth, the city where the dwarves had dug and created all sorts of crazy tunnels and ruins that I like to discover so much. Markarth is similar to a lot of cities as far as the corruption goes. Markarth might be up there with Riften as far as being one of the most corrupt cities I've ever seen. But that don't stop it from being one of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen. It's located deep in the mountains. It's hard to reach. And so I think it'd be hard for a dragon attacks to be successful on Markarth. A lot of the city is made of stone. So I think that aspect of it is really cool. The museum is pretty dope. They got a cool museum you can visit here. And a lot of Dwarven ruins type stuff going on here. Markarth is a really cool city. I think it deserves a spot. Next, we got Solitude. Solitude is a really dope city. Solitude might be my favorite city in the whole game. Look at the first of all, look at the geographical location of Solitude. I don't know how the city holds up like that. If you look at the city is on that. So I don't know how the city is on that like rock formation, but it works. It works. You know, you get a solid foundation. You got the Empire Boat Company right next door. You know what I'm saying? So I think Solitude's cool. The outside of Solitude itself is pretty cool in my opinion.
Being old's not so bad. Daughter keeps me fed. My working days are done.
Inside of Solitude, you got big walls. You got pretty cool structures. I don't know. It's just the vibe of Solitude is always hit for me. I love Solitude. I don't know why. A lot of people hate the Imperial City, but you know, for some reason, to me, it's just always felt homey. I can't explain why. I can't explain how, but it's dope. I love it. I like Solitude for some reason. I actually like this city. It just looks cool. The Blue Palace, you know what I'm saying? The barracks, all of it. To me, it seems like it's what a Skyrim, an Elder Scrolls city is supposed to be about. It's got secure walls. The vibes are right. It's got beautiful structures. It's pretty big too. One of the bigger cities in the game, that's for sure. And I think that adds a pretty dope vibe to the city. You know, all the structures, all the homes, the peoples. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like Solitude. It's a pretty cool place. All right, next on our list. A cool city, but maybe a little too cool city. It's a little too cold in Windhelm. I actually like Windhelm too. Windhelm is a pretty dope city, except for the fact that it's pretty much run by a bunch of bigots, I guess. It's a really mixed bag type of city. I mean, you come here, it's pretty diverse. But like I said, you know, you got the storm cloaks with the dark elves, and it's a pretty crazy situation. So yeah, it's a cool city. It's real cold here, but you know, it's a decent city. I like the walls around it. I like the fact that they got right below the city is like another like port, kind of similar to Solitude. They got the you know, the boats in the water below, and that drives traffic. All right, we got Winterhold. Winterhold is a dope city. I feel like it's a little empty at times, but that's only because the history of this city is a little crazy. So like magic, they got a little crazy with the magic here, or something happened. And apparently like half the village was destroyed. Like I guess some mountains moved or something, and it ended up destroying like half the houses in Winterhold. So yeah, you could say natural disasters or like geographical location had something to do with it. They really aren't sure, but it is a little empty because of that, and it's still a dope city. Why? Because you got the College of Winterhold here. Now, a lot of people in Skyrim hate mages. They hate the College of Winterhold because they hate magic, and they blame the college for a lot of the crazy stuff that's been happening in Skyrim. So at the same time, though, that being said, I think it's a dope city because you got all the magic up in here. With the magic, which I think is cool. The magic, which you can't sleep on that. Don't sleep on the magic just because, you know, the Thalmor uses it. But you got the College of Winterhold, and here's another place where I kind of never understood how this is safe. Like, first of all, the location of this, it's located on like this one big rock formation, kind of similar to Solitude. It's like, how's it standing on that? Like, how's that work? I don't know, but it works. So yeah, that is interesting. And then it's a little unsafe. I'm not sure about why these I guess these pillars or these like borders have been destroyed and not replaced. It's a little unsafe, but you know, don't listen. Don't take my word for it. You know, I'm not an architect, so you know that's probably fine. That might just be part of the architectural design of this place. But I think that they should probably fix that. But I love it. I still love it, even though it seems a little crazy. It seems a little unsafe. It's still a beautiful location. I like the snow, and I like the location of it. I think it looks pretty dope. So I like the College of Winterhold. I like Winterhold as a city. It feels empty, but it's a cool city.